Sadly, too many people have no idea how credit score works, especially my Hispanic community. So grab a pen and paper and take notes, because I'm going to take you through all the nitty and gritty things to have a great credit score. And let's dive into the secret of credit score success. Before we jump into the nitty gritty of improving your credit score, let's take a moment to understand why it is so important. Your credit score is like a financial report card that lenders use to determine your credit worthiness. It affects your ability to get loans, secure favorable interest rates, rent an apartment, and even land a dream job. Now that we know why credit score is so important, let's jump into the basics. Your credit score is a 3-digit number that ranges from 300 to 850, with higher score being the best, the lower being the worst. It's calculated based on various factors, including payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, types of credit, and new credit inquiries. Each factor carries a different weight, so let's break it down further. The first and most crucial factor is your payment history, which accounts for 35% of your credit score. Lenders want to see that you're responsible and make payments on time. Late payments can have a significant negative impact to your credit score. So always pay your payments promptly, in time, and if you need to, set up reminders. And if you're going through a rainy day, you can always contact your bank or whoever's lending you the money, and probably you could work something out with them. But the key is to avoid late payments. This is the biggest factor, so please avoid late payments. And that is in your credit cards, your loans, etc. Avoid them. Second most important is credit utilization, which makes up about 30% of your credit score. This refers to the credit that you're using. So for example, if you have $1,000 credit limit and you use $900, that's 90% that you're using of your credit limit. And that's not good. What banks they like somebody who has $1,000 credit limit and only uses 100, only uses 150, because they're like, oh, he has this money and he's not using it. So I like this guy. He's not a risk. But in the other hand, if you're using 900, if you're spending all of your money, 1,000, they're like, oh, this is a risk. This shows lenders that you're responsible with your credit and not overextending yourself. Banks love it when they see someone who does not use their whole credit limit. On the other hand, if they see somebody using 100% or somewhere close to 100% of the credit limit, it's a liability for them. Another factor to consider is the length of your credit history, which makes up about 15% of your credit score. Lenders like to see a long track record of responsible credit use. If you're just starting out, don't worry. The key is to establish credit account early and use it responsibly. Remember, patience is key to building your credit score, but more importantly, your self-control. Why self-control? Because people have this misunderstood about credit cards. They think that, oh, I have this credit card. Oh, look, I have $1,000 limit. That means I could use 1,000. No, it's not your money. Only spend what you have. If you only have $100 cash, spend only 100. Don't say like, oh, I'm gonna spend 300 and then when my next paycheck comes, I'm gonna pay it. No, because most likely something else is gonna happen. Just use the money you have. I think this is the biggest downfall for new beginners. They think it's free money and they use it like if it's free, like, you know, you're gonna pay it off. So please, self-control is really important. And talking about credit history, please do not close any old credit history, credit card. I, for example, have a credit card, my first one. I don't like it, has no benefits. If it was for me, I would close it. But I know that if I close it, period that I have had the credit card, it's gonna vanish just like that. And that history is done, it's gone, that's it. So I still keep it on, even if I don't use it. Maybe I buy some chips here and there, but that's about it. So please don't close your credit cards. It doesn't matter if you don't like them, just leave them open. Or downgrade to another credit card. Now let's talk about credit mix, which account for 10% of your credit score. What's credit mix? That means that lenders love to see that you don't only have credit cards. You also have loans and home loans, whatever. they like that. They like to see people that they don't only depend on one credit thing. They have different ones. So if you could get a different credit, that would be great. Lastly, credit inquiries, which makes up around 10% of your credit score. When you can apply for new credit, lenders typically check your credit history through inquiries. While few inquiries have a minimal effect, excessive inquiries within a short period can raise concern about your financial stability. It is important to limit unnecessary credit applications to maintain a positive credit profile and minimize potential negative effects on your credit score. I personally have been declined for this reason. I was starting out, I applied for a Chase credit card and I got approved. I was like, oh, I have a good credit score, I'm gonna apply for the Amex Gold card. Obviously, I got declined. I had just applied for one credit card and I was trying to apply for another one, like, no. When people see that you're applying too often for credit cards, it's a red flag. They're like, what if this guy is trying to get all these credit cards, max them out, and then go to Mexico or go somewhere else? That has happened. Try not to get a lot of inquiries. And I ideally recommend for you to apply for every credit card every 3 months. That's the benchmark. Every 3 months, that's what I did, and it works. Unless you have a pre-approval. In that case, you can apply maybe in 1 month. But even though, I will say just wait the 3 months. To summarize, these are the top things you have to do in order for you to build your credit score. Pay your bills on time. This is the most crucial factor to build your credit score. Number 2, monitor your credit utilization. Aim to utilize less than 30% of your available credit to demonstrate responsible credit management. Number 3, regularly check your credit reports. They give you in-depth description on why your credit score is going up or down. Establish a diverse credit mix. Having a mix of different types of credit accounts, such as credit cards, installment loans, or a mortgage, can positively impact your credit. However, only take on credit that you genuinely need and can manage responsibly. Use credit responsibly. Remember, credit is not free money. You must pay everything in full. It all comes down to this. Don't use your credit card if you don't have the money, the assets to pay it off. Simple as that. And there you have it. I hope this video was helpful. And please, if you have any questions, leave it on the comments below. And thank you so much.